If you could read the mind of 7-year-old May Devers, you might be surprised at how creatively he thinks. He's a first grader at Lafayette Christian School in LaGrange. He has to read between the lines sometimes to figure out how to do certain things that come easily for his classmates. His t-shirt gives you a hint about the challenges he faces. It reads, "10 fingers are overrated." You see, May was born in China without lower arms and with severely deformed feet. He was adopted 5 years ago by Tracy and Shannon Devers. Tracy, a pastor in LaGrange, was traveling in China in 2009 when he first saw May in an orphanage for special needs children.
I spent most of my time just playing with him because he had really grabbed my heart. And I can remember praying at that point that God would allow me to come back and take this boy home.
Tracy and Shannon prayed before his trip and felt led to adopt a child from China. After learning how May's life started, they knew he needed more than hands, he needed hope.
Not a whole lot of hope or a whole lot of future for him there.
So Tracy and Shannon prayed and watched God miraculously open the door for May's adoption in 2010. But his arrival in the States was met with tough decisions.
4 months after we got him home, we were taking the feet that he was born with and having them amputated, and so that he could get prosthetic legs and have mobility and not be confined to a wheelchair. And as you saw him today, he's running all over the place.
May's teacher attests to his incredible tenacity.
May is very determined. He wants to do everything himself that he possibly can do.
During playtime, he snaps together Legos without relying on anyone's help. But his classmates are there for him when he needs his lunchbox and water bottle opened. May is just as independent at home.
He completely dresses himself, including these long prosthetic socks that he puts on all by himself. He brushes his teeth, he fixes his hair. He does it all on his own.
And at mealtime, he's developed a very effective technique for feeding himself.
Just to watch him and watch him overcome, and just his bravery and his outlook on life, his joy, I think it's changed all of us.
In the game of life, it's clear that May is swinging for the fence. What do Tracy and Shannon see in his future?
The biggest dream we have for him is that he would grow up and just be used by God to do whatever. He's told us he wants to grow up and be like Daddy. He wants to be a preacher. He wants to go back to China and tell people about Jesus. Daddy's prayer is that he'd grow up and be a preacher.
Teresa, you have only met one of the Devers children. They actually have 7. They range in age from 17 to 7. You see them there. Tracy and Shannon have 4 biological children, Bailey, Shelton, Caleb, and Brianna. And they have 3 adopted children from China, May, Eli, and Zoe. And they're in the process of adopting this little fella. His name is Liam. They hope to have him join the family around the 1st of April. And the Devers told me they're so thankful to God for his help in this whole, he says, they say it's just miraculous how he has helped them come to this place where they can provide for this home for these adopted children, and they would encourage others who feel led to do this to please consider it. It's very close to their hearts, as is obvious, I think, from this story.
What an amazing little boy. And it just takes very special people to
magnetic
open
personality.
their hearts and their doors.
He does not know what the word no means, or I can't. He will try anything. So,
wow.
Amazing, amazing young man.
Absolutely.